Well, come back, everyone. Just trying to get things in order. Well, come back. And, I must ask, are you ready for Division 2 of World's Most Hideous Dog Tournament 2024? We are down to the final 33 hideous dogs. Our winner of the first division so far has been this hideous Worthless Mutt, known as the Napoleon Mastiff. Right now, this hideous dog holds the trophy, holds the world's hideous Worthless Mutt trophy, but that doesn't mean it's going to be taking home the hideous trophy. There's still 32 hideous dogs left to duke it out to see who is the most hideous dog in the entire world. Let's once again give a big round of applause for this hideous dog so far, the Napoleon Massive Deep, for plowing through the other 32 hideous dogs. Without further ado, we got to get started. But once again, I got to ask. I really need to ask. Are you ready? So again, why isn't my thing showing? Sorry, something's just not showing up on my screen. Why is it not showing? I'm not sure why. Why isn't it? I'm sorry. Things are just not showing up. There it is. Why is that like that? Huh. I am not sure, because I must have sometimes. Why is it? I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure something out. I'm not sure why one of my pictures up here isn't showing up. I have the other one showing up, but not this one. And I do set it to visible, but it's not showing up. So I'm going to how do you delete this now? Yeah. I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to recapture. Yep, here we go. And anyways, we are live. It is Division 2 and the finals. Again, we will judge these hideous dogs based on their deformity. They'll get 1 point. Their creepiness, they'll get 2 points. and their so-called fur. Kind of debate about it, whether if their fur is reliable in various weathers. That will get 3 points. If somehow I cannot decide on which one is the most hideous, we will be flipping the mighty. We will be flipping the mighty coin here. But anyways, without further ado, yet again, even though I've been saying that quite a bit already, we're ready to start. One second. Why isn't this now not? Yeah, we are ready now. Alright, so first two to start Division 2. It's going to be, keep in mind everything, the computer was running very smoothly before I started streaming, so there might be some hiccups during the stream yet again. So first up we have the Russian Tezvanea Bolonka, some weird name, versus the Francis Prenanian. Anyways, we'll start with this one. In terms of deformity, I want to say this one. Just because, like, pictures like this, hope you can see that. They look very deformed. It looks weird. It looks like I don't know, man. It's like some kind of creepy monster. Some creepy hairy monster. That's what it looks like. Obviously they can alter their worthless fur to make them look a little better than that. But then we have ones like this that it's just too creepy, man. It's just creepy. It looks like, I don't know. It looks like a science experiment where they make like a hairy entity where it's just full of hair like this. It looks very creepy. So in terms of deformity, this one, it's more on the creepy side. For the deformity, I'll give it to this one. Creepy, obviously, I'm gonna give it to this one. It's just that head shape looks so creepy. These things look vastly creepy. They look creepy. Their heads are just too creepy. You don't see any natural animal that looks this hideous, this creepy. Again, this looks too creepy, man. This is beyond creepy right here. So I'll give this one the creepy in terms of worthless fur. This one thing barely even has any fur, so I doubt it can survive long in the winter. Well, this thing has fur, but it's probably vastly worthless. It's a smaller worthless mutt, so I think it'd freeze a lot more in the winters. In terms of worthlessness, I mean, if this dog's job is to creep people, is to scare people with its fur like this, it has done a good job. While this one, again, is just vastly creepy. So I'm going to say the winner for this battle, I'm going to give it to the Russian, I'm going to call it RTB, will advance, while this weird name, Worthless Mutt, has been eliminated. All right. Up to our next two. We have, the Bull Terrier, the fan favorite. Is expected to actually go pretty far in this tournament. Going up against the Slovakian wire-haired pointer. again, these names are just so weird. Like, why do they have such weird names? You don't see, again, natural animals with these weird names. They just have this simple name like shark, fish. You know, if it's another sub shark, hammerhead shark, so simple. Rattlesnake, viper. These simple names, but these dogs all have these weird, long, horrendous names. But anyways, in terms of deformity, I got to give it to the Bull Terrier. This thing has always looked hideous to me. This is the dog that you see in Toy Story. Toy Story dog. Same dog you see in Toy Story. See? And in that movie, this dog was trying to tear apart the toys. Because that's what dogs do. They just want to maul and break things. And even in that movie, this dog just made me uncomfortable. Made me just go, I hate this dog. And that's probably why I find that has contributed to me finding this dog very creepy. So for the deformity, obviously, I will give it to this one. This one, a little bit creepy. It has a little bit creepy compared to this one. But still, in terms of creepiness, it will have to go to this one. This one just looks very. Look at this. Very creepy looking. It's like, I don't know. Its head is just weird. It's like a sock. Like, imagine you fill up a sock with whatever. It looks like that. You fill up a sock. It's just like that. And you put beady little eyes on it. It'll look just like this. So in terms of creepy and deformity, gotta give it to the Bull Terrier. In terms of worthless fur, this thing, looks like it has some fur, but it still looks pretty worthless. This one doesn't have any fur whatsoever, so this thing would not survive well in any weather. So in terms of fur, at least this thing has fur, but since this fur is very worthless, gotta give it to the Bull Terrier. So Bull Terrier will advance pretty easily to the next round, while this weird named mutt is eliminated. So Bull Terrier, you have advanced. Next two, we have the ADHD dog, aka the Boxer, versus so again, it's a weird name. It's a weird. I don't know if you can see the name. Can't see the name, but it's a so right here. It's a weird. It's a weird name. It's a weird name. Long, unordinary name. Not even gonna try to pronounce it. I was riding my bike today. I did see a Boxer, and again, these things look a lot more ugly in person. They make you feel uncomfortable. They're just very hideous with its mushed up face. As I was riding, I was like, this dog has a mushy face because his face is all mushy and this looks horrendous. We have this one. It's one of those. These are one of the, I don't know. I think they in the other ugly dog contest that they have, I think they like repeatedly mutate this dog. I'll see if I can find it. Ugly dog, dog contest. See, just like this one. I think they just repeatedly mutate, or maybe by accident these things are born with this mutation. So I think this dog is pretty much comes from these ones. And anyways, so yeah, these are pretty ugly and yeah. But this one isn't as bad as these ones. But pretty sure they're from the same lineage of breeds or whatever. But anyways, from terms of deformity, gotta give it to the Boxer. With its mushy face, its face is just too ugly, too hideous. Like why does its mouth hang like that? Like why does it look like this? It looks hideous. It looks like these things look like they look like I don't know, like they look like a worthless mutt combined with an old man face. That's what it looks like. You know, and they're just so, these things are just so ugly. In terms of creepiness, in terms of creepiness, I would probably still give it to the boxer. It's close. It's close. It's very close. Give it to the boxer. In terms of worthless fur, this thing barely has any fur. But this thing is like one of those naked dogs, so its fur is vastly worthless. So no doubt this thing would not survive well in the weather or out in the wild, because a lot of, you know, sticks and tree branches and ridges out there, so it can like easily scrape its, you know, worthless skin. So I'll give the point to this mutt. But no doubt I will have to say the boxer will advance, because it's by far the most hideous of the two. So the boxer will advance, while this dog, I don't know how to pronounce its worthless name, has been eliminated from the tournament. All right, next two. I think I have the pug down twice. Yes, I already did the pug, so pugs were in the first division, so they will not be competing. First in this competition, look who we have. We have the American Staffire Terrorizer versus the Hamilton Stover. In terms of deformity, I'll have to give it to the Staffire Terrorizer. This thing just looks hideous. They're just ugly, hideous. And again, a lot of these pit nutters, dog nuts, they always argue it's not a pit bull, it's a Staffire Terrorizer, it's a pocket. Again, they all look the same, with, you know, features that one or couple features that are different. One is shorter, one is fatter, but they all look the same. In the end, they all do the exact same thing, and that is attack. And they're accompanied by excuses such as blame the owner, not the dog's fault, blame the victim. So these dogs, you know, are accompanied by a lot of excuses. When you look at this dog, I guarantee this dog doesn't have as much excuses with it like this dog. But anyways, in terms of deformity, the Terrorizer will get that point. In terms of creepiness, so I hope you guys can see the screen well. I'm not sure. Things are just out of order right now. But anyways, yeah. In terms of creepiness, I'm gonna have to give it to the Staffire Terrorizer. This one isn't. I mean, it's creepy, but this one is vastly creepy. And I guess you can say its negative reputation does affect the way I look at it, because, you know, these things have killed many people over the years, every day, worldwide. So just looking at them, like, the first thing you can think of is this thing wants to kill someone. So, you know, that's gonna play a role. In terms of worthless fur, both of them really do have worthless fur, so I'm gonna give it as a tie. So overall, the Staffire Terrorizer will advance, while the Hamilton Stover has been eliminated from the competition. Next up, we have the American Bulldog versus the Spanish Mastiff Beep. There's a lot of Mastiff Worthless Mutt breeds, but nevertheless, here's another one. And this is the American Bulldog. In terms of deformity, I'm going to have to... It's close. It's close. I mean, look at this one. I hope you can see on the screen. Like, this is butt ugly. In terms of This thing is ugly, man. It's so ugly. Holy shit. Excuse my language. Deformity, no doubt. I would say the American Bulldog. This one is deformed as well. It has its deformity. It's not as bad as the other Mastiffs. So yeah, I'll give the deformity point to the American Bulldog. In terms of creepiness, again, factors of reputation do play a role. Not saying these things wouldn't attack and kill its owner or like that. In terms of creepiness, I'll have to give it to this Hideous Mutt, because this thing is really ugly. Then in terms of worthless fur, this thing obviously has fur. Looks like it could probably do well in winter weathers. This thing doesn't even have any fur. It's basically naked. It has no fur. It's furless. So how can this thing survive in various weathers? How can this thing survive when it's hot or not? I don't know if fur plays a role in that, but it looks vastly worthless. So in terms of worthless fur, I gotta give it to the American Bulldog, because its fur it's worthless. It's worthless. It has no fur, so therefore it's worthless. So yeah, I'll have to give the point and the win easily going to this hideous dog, the American Bulldog. So American Bulldog will advance. The Spanish Mastiff Beep has been eliminated from contention. All right, let's give a good round of applause for those who have advanced so far. It's not playing. Okay, now this doesn't want to play now. I'm sorry. It's one of those things again where things work and now it doesn't want to work. But nevertheless, let's give a good round of applause for those that have advanced so far in this competition in Division 2. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going. Next up, we have, dogs are so worthless that they have to name it after a natural animal. So we have the Catahoula Leopard Dog versus the Miniature Bull Terrier. So it's very similar to the other Bull Terrier, but it's just, I guess, miniature. Looks exactly the same. So so it could come down to Bull Terrier versus Miniature Bull Terrier, but let's see. But anyways, in terms of deformity, we've got to go with the Bull Terrier. This thing, again, it's just hideous. In terms of creepiness, okay, this thing is very creepy looking. It's big, ugly ass snout, and it's hideous head shape. Once again, they're creating these things, to. I mean, like, these things are so worthless that they have to. I don't know how. I'm not sure how they did it, but they had to make them look or give them a name after a natural, beautiful animal, and they try to make this thing, easy on the eyes, but it's still pretty hideous to me. Very creepy looking. It's stripes, it's whatever color on it, it's just worthless. It's just all over the place. It's out of order. Look at every other natural animal. Their fur color or whatever skin color has some structure. It's beautiful. It's in order. But dogs, it's just vastly worthless. So creepiness, I'll give it to this dog. In terms of worthless fur, I'm not understanding the splotches on this thing. In terms of worthless fur, this thing really has fur. This thing obviously is the most deformed. This is the most creepy. I think we're going to flip. we're going to flip a coin. Yeah. Time to flip the coin for the first time. So we're going to say the leopard dog will be heads. The miniature bull terrier, or is it bull terrier? Bull terrierizer, I mean, will be tails. Got to win 2 out of 3 to advance. First flip. Heads. Leopard. The worthless leopard dog takes the first flip. All he needs is 1 more to win to advance. That is 2 straight. That means, unfortunately, the miniature bull terrier has been eliminated. That means, it's possible that the prospect of the American bull terrier might not make it far, might not even get to the finals. Because if we have this, really creepy dog knocking out this deformed dog, anything can happen, and anything can happen in this tournament. Anyways, off to the next. We got the Preza Canorio, another worthless mutt. Looks like a pit bull, bully breed dog. Cane Corso, probably part of that worthless family. But nevertheless, it's a bully breed. Then we have the English Cocker Spaniel. Again, various breeds types that look the same, little different. But in terms of deformity, I'm going to have to give it to the Preza Canorio. This thing just looks hideous. It looks very ugly, very hideous, very scary. And that, in terms of scary, that means creepy sometimes. This thing does look creepy. This thing looks very creepy. The moment you see this thing, you would want to run. You would not want to waste time with this thing. You would want to run. You see this thing, sure, you still probably run, but this thing would not be much of a threat compared to this thing. So in terms of creepiness, this Canorio worthless mutt will take that. In terms of worthless fur, this thing doesn't even have any fur. Well, this thing has a lot of fur, but this fur would be pretty worthless in various weathers, and probably is. Probably sheds a lot. So, imagine this thing in the wild and it's shedding all the time. Various animals can just pick up a scent and find this thing and eat it. So I'll give the point of worthless fur to the English Cocker Spaniel. But nevertheless, in terms of hideousness overall, it has to go to this worthless mutt. It's just too hideous. So the Cocker Spaniel has been eliminated from competition. Hopefully my thing is running a little better. So let's move on to the next bit. I'm not sure what's going on here now again. So this is like a real time. I'm sorry again for the wait, the little delay. All right, we have the Black Tan Coonhound. Again, these names are just so ridiculous. Like, they're ridiculous. Like, who comes up with these names? Why can't they just have simple names? Because again, dogs are worthless. They probably need these sophisticated names in order for them to sell. That's probably the reason why they have these weird names. You just give them a name like Sus or Pig or Pen or whatever, probably wouldn't sell. So they give them these various, names that sound, I guess you can say elegant. But when you look at these dogs, they're not elegant whatsoever. They're worthless. Terms of deformity, yeah, I still don't understand why this thing has to have its nasty mouth open. In terms of deformity, I'm not understanding these ears at all. Not understanding these ears. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like really? Like, what's the point of this? It looks dumb. It looks dumb. I'm sorry. It looks dumb. Again, this looks just like a Doberman or Rottweiler with its type of coloring. In terms of deformity, I gotta give it to this one. Its mouth being open does play a big role in that. Look here, at least this one, its mouth isn't open in these pictures at least. With that nasty mouth opening like this, it just looks worse. Plus has this, I don't know what this is. Like some of their faces look rotten. Like it looks like their mouths just look rotten. So black like tar. It looks so rotten. Their mouths look so rotten. So deformity gives to this dog creepiness. Even though its ears are pretty dumb. Its ears are also dumb as well. Also hangs low as well. I'm gonna say it's a tie, just because both their ears are just hanging low. I'm not understanding that. So imagine running away from a predator. This thing's in the wild, running away from a predator. All it has to do is get a hold of its ear, and that thing is done. This one could actually run a little bit faster at least. So in terms of creepiness, I gotta give it's a tie. In terms of like worthless fur, this thing doesn't even have fur, but this thing again has like its other fur has fur on it, but I don't think this thing would do any good in various weathers, especially when this thing is wet. It won't be able to run too well, even though it probably already can't. So in terms of worthless fur, I got to give it to this Sussex Spaniel. So that means this worthless mutt has been eliminated, and this Sussex Spaniel has advanced. Alrighty. Let's see if I can finally do this. Yeah. Big round of applause for those who have advanced so far in Division 2. Alright. Next up, we have the Tibetan Massive Beep versus, we just did this. So I have this one twice. I didn't delete. I hope I did not delete. No. I'm not sure why there's twice there twice. Nevertheless, alrighty. We have the Great Pyrenees. Not really great at all, it's worthless. Versus the Tibetan Massive Beep. This one's going to be interesting. In terms of worthless fur. I'll start from the B. I'll start like that. In terms of worthless fur. I'm going to give it to... I want to say tie, because both of them look like... I don't know. This one always can look like it's warm. This one looks like it really does have like a nice little worthless fur on it, so they can do pretty well in the winter, in various weathers. When wet, it probably won't be much of a factor, but when this thing is wet, I think it might be a factor, maybe. So in terms of worthless fur, I gotta give it to this one. Because at least this one looks like it can stay warm in the winter. In terms of creepiness, and this one looks just like a golden. What do I call it again? Golden. Had another name for golden retrievers. But anyways, it looks like another golden retriever. So golden retrievers creep me out. But this thing also does kind of creep me out as well. But since, I've had, I've seen these, maybe not these ones, maybe I did, or maybe I haven't. These things do creep me out. I'm going to give the point to this one as well. In terms of deformity, easily this dog. This dog is murked. Look at this. This dog is murked. It's weird looking snout. Like why is it hanging like this? Like what's the point of that? What's the point of this? I'll try to get a closer look here. Hopefully this goes well. Look at this. Like what is the point of this thing hanging there? It looks dumb. Then we have this thing with its rotten mouth. A lot of dogs have this, like, their mouths just look so rotten. Their mouths look rotten. So black and rotten. It's probably their saliva that's rottening their mouth. That's why they always have... Some of them have, like, this blackness around their mouth and lips, and it just looks disgusting. And no doubt it's probably their saliva. No doubt it's probably their bacteria, the germs, their parasites, various diseases that they have, which is why some of their mouths are so disgusting as well. So yeah, deformity. I want to say, deformity. This one's like pretty hideous as well, but this one will get the creepy points. This one also has the worthless fur. In terms of deformity, it's a toss-up. I'm gonna say it's a tie a little bit. That being said, the Tibetan massive beep has been eliminated, even though it's very ugly. I mean, Hideous, the great Pyrenees, will advance in the tournament. All right, the next two we have. Oh, look at this creepy thing. We have the miniature pincher, similar to a Chihuahua, but some differences. Probably mixed with the Rottweiler Doberman, worthless gene as well. I'll talk about deformity. I will say, I'll give it to this one. This one just looks, I'll say, both creepy and deformed. This one, it's creepy looking. It's creepy. It's creepy and deformed at the same time. And I guarantee, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm pretty sure a lot of women or men would love to spend a night with these dogs, and some of them, and some of them do spend nights with these dogs. I'm not gonna be honest about it, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them do at least have tried to spend a night with these dogs. And there is the miniature pincher, but anyways, in terms of so deformity, this one, creepiness, I'll say this one as well. This one is just like a Chihuahua a little bit. Worthless, in terms of worthless fur, this thing barely has any fur, so this thing would not do well in various weathers. This thing at least has some fur, but it's kind of all over the place. It's like it's patchy a little bit, so it looks kind of dumb and worthless and pointless. No doubt this thing probably sheds a lot. So I think overall I would give it to this one. So that means this worthless pincher is eliminated, and the Saluki will advance in the tournament. Okay, since I had put two extra duplicates into this division, if I have to let someone compete twice in the same round, I'll have to do that. But nevertheless, we're going to continue. We have the Rafael du Alentejo versus the Chinese Sharpia. Do I have to say anything? Look at this. Like what is going on here? Like, what is going on here? What is happening here? This one looks similar to the other Napoleon Mastiff Beep. But anyways, in terms of deformity, I will no doubt give it to this one. It's like, I'm not understanding why it's Worthless Furs like this. Why is it so wrinkly? Like, why is it trying to like leave its body? Why is it all over its face like this? Like, I am not getting the concept of this Worthless Mutt. In terms of creepiness, compared to this one, this one's not too bad, even though, you know, it has similarities to a retriever or a Labrador or whatever. No doubt I'll say this one is most creepiest. This one's most look at this. This is creepy looking, man. This is just yuck. Look at this. Like, look, what is this? Like, what is this? Who is making these? Who came up with an idea to make these? Like, what is this on his head? Like, I don't get it. Look at this. Like, what is going on here? I don't know. Does it eventually just grow into its skin like a, I don't know, like a, it's like a shell maybe? It's deformity, creepiness, this one wins it. In terms of worthless fur, this one has, like, I guess you could say, you know, common fur, but this fur and skin, it's just, I'm not getting it. I'm not understanding what function this has for it. Like, you look in nature, a lot of animals who shed, their skin sheds, and they do it for a reason, to purify their skin, to make sure to mate, for territory, to survive, to groom themselves. A lot of animals shed their skins. Spiders, I believe, shed a little bit. Snakes, other lizards, maybe some fish, I think. But nevertheless, animals shed and they have excessive skin, whatever, for a reason. But these things, what is the reason that these things have so much excessive skin? Are they shedding? Are they... No doubt, this one, no doubt, will advance, and this Worthless Mutt has been eliminated from the competition. Alrighty. We have the American English Coonhound, creepy looking dog, versus the Portuguese water dog. Again, no dog should be named after water, because water is supposed to be pure. Water is a symbol of rebirth and all that good stuff, and dogs are vastly worthless. When these dogs go into water, they contaminate the water. They hurt wildlife, plants that are in the water. So naming a dog after water is not a good choice whatsoever. Deformity. I want to give it to this one. These are the dogs that their fur covers their eyes. And I believe from things that I've read that their fur covering their eyes can actually hurt their eyesight. So, yeah, this one looks hideous as well. So deformity, I'm going to give it to this Portuguese Worthless Mutt. For terms of creepiness, again, similar to a lab and beagles and etc. Or what was that? The Basset Hound. The Basset Hound went pretty deep in the first division. But in terms of creepiness, because of this right here, this thing's creepy as heck. I gotta give it to this one, because this is creepy, but you can't really find, you know, any creepier pictures than what we've been given for this dog. In terms of worthless fur, at least this thing even has fur, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty worthless. This thing doesn't even have any fur, so what good is it? So in terms of fur being worthless, I'll give it to the coonhound. But overall, in terms of who's the most hideous, it's a little bit of a toss up because this one has its creepy tendencies, but this one, its fur really doesn't. Its own fur will become a problem for it. So it's so counterproductive. So I'm gonna say the Portuguese dog will advance, and this worthless mutt right here will be eliminated from the competition. Here we go. Here we are. We have like a sort of like a Chihuahua-looking dog called the Papillion dog. First, the Pyrenean massive beep. Again, a lot of these dogs have some weird ass names. In terms of deformity, gotta give it to this one because, yet again, like various other dogs, this dog has a rotten mouth. Its mouth is rotten. You can see that on the thing. Its mouth right here, it's rotten. Look like it's rottening. Its saliva is rottening its mouth. How is that productive? Your own body is like your own body is destroying your body basically. It's so counterproductive. So deformity, I gotta give it to this one. Creepiness, this thing looks, excuse my language, but this picture right here, it looks retarded. The stinking mouth open when it's not really necessary. Okay, this one is it's AI. It's like this one's not that bad. No, it does look like a Chihuahua. Some Chihuahuas do look very creepy, but this one isn't that creepy. So in terms of creepiness, I would probably give it to this Pyrenean massive beep. It's because its mouth, its head, it's just deformed and it's just overly creepy. Like, look at this. Like, if you've seen this thing, you'd want to run. Like again, these pictures on Google do not do these dogs any justice. You have to see these ugly things in real life to actually, get a whiff of how hideous they are. So deformity and creepiness, no doubt, will go to this dog. Here's a worthless fur. This thing looks like it has fur that can do well in various weathers, even in winter right here. Even though this thing is small, it has fur, but I'm pretty sure it sheds a lot, and it will probably still freeze in winter. And would not last long in like minus, let's say, 15 weather. But I think this thing would last pretty good, maybe an hour, maybe. So no doubt, this Papillion mutt has been eliminated, and the Pyrenean massive beep will advance in the tournament. Down to our final. I might have done that already, but we'll see. That's what I'm up to. Just wait for this thing to load. Big round of applause for the winners so far in Division 2. Hideous, so they're very hideous, so they deserve recognition for being very hideous looking. To our next two, we have the Tibetan Spaniel versus the Mountain Cur. So this one does look like a bully breed, has some bully breed features, which may or may not be a bully breed. Nevertheless, it does look like a bully breed, and if I saw this thing, I would think it's a bully breed or a pit bull, and I would not want to be anywhere near it because I know this thing would probably try to rip me apart like it would rip its owner apart. Tibetan Spaniel. In terms of deformity, I'm going to give it to, I'm not saying, I'm not trying to compliment these things, but this thing looks a lot better than, looks a lot better than your average bully breed or pit bull. So deformity, I'll give it to this one with its little mushed up face, nose, snout. I'm not getting that. So deformity in terms of creepiness, seeing how this thing looks like a bully breed or pit bull. Well, this thing is like a Chihuahua, and some of those can look very demonic. A little bit like a Chihuahua, not too much, but has some features of a Chihuahua, same like size, you can say. In terms of creepiness, it's a toss-up. I'm gonna say it's a toss-up right there. In terms of worthless fur, at least this thing even has fur on it. Well, this thing doesn't have any fur, so what good is it? So deformity, this dog. Creepiness, I'll probably say this dog. Worthless fur would also be this worthless mutt. But sometimes it's just really hard to decide on my own. That means I am going to have to... We're going to flip the coin. Flip the coin. The Tibetan worthless mutt will be heads. And the mountain cur will be tails. First to 2 will advance. First flip. Tails, the mountain cur. Just needs one more to advance. Tails again. So that means, being said, the Tibetan Spaniel, even though I think you're probably more hideous than that one, you've been eliminated. But this thing really creeps me out. Does have some bully breed tendencies, so which is kind of what, kind of edges out that one. But in the flip, this wins 2 times straight. So I want to advance. Down to our last 2 of the first round. Last 2 of the first round. We have a dog. Look like its name is Bacon. Bjorken. Bjorkuren. Bukuren, I think it is. Again, another worthless name. It's probably French names or probably other various languages names, which is why they're so, I would say, hard to pronounce. But nevertheless, this one does have, the Rottenweiler or Doberman kind of look. Well, this one, I believe I did this one in the, I did this one in the Division 1. I know I did this one in Division 1. So since I did this one in Division 1, I'm not sure why they're all mixed like this, but nevertheless, I will automatically make this one advance to the second round, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. First round has been complete. Wait, wrong one. First round has been complete. Big round of applause to our next set of hideous dogs that are looking to duke it out to become the world's most hideous dog in the entire world. Still, favorite right now is that Bully Terrier. And I would say, this one is also a favorite looking to advance as well. But we'll see. Again, it's all about going 1v1 a little bit. Got to compare each dog to each other 1v1. Kind of go based on my experiences with them, how they, if they're creepy, if they're very deformed. Got to look at their fur. So it's just on a 1v1 basis type of thing. But anyways, second round will begin right now. Wait. We need to second round, yo. Second round. First up, we have the Russian Tez. Might not even be Tez. It might be Savetenaya Bolkonaka. Bolonka. So, sorry, Russian Svetlana Svetanaya Bolokona. Bolonka. Got it. Svetanaya Bolonka. Such a worthless name. But anyways, I have this one going up against, the Bull Terrier. So, in terms of creepiness, gotta give it to this one as creepy. This one is hideously creepy. Even though this one does have some I'm gonna say tie. I gotta say tie because some of these pictures, like where is it? Can't find it. Like this one, just very creepy looking. This one makes it very creepy looking. This looks like, I don't know what this is. Like what it looks like. I don't know. It looks like a rug, a dirty rug or something. Like something very dirty and furry, you know. In terms of creepiness, man. I know I said the other one. I'm not sure what's going on here. Please bear with me right now. I'm not sure what's going on here. See, sometimes I don't have to do anything and this computer just acts up. Creepiness, I gotta give it to Bull Terrier. I have to because this thing looks very creepy. Compared to this, I mean, this has creepy tendencies, but this one's vastly creepy. In terms of deformity, this one obviously. In terms of worthless fur, at least this thing has fur, but it's pretty much pointless. But no doubt, even if I give it to either or, the Bull Terrier will advance. That means this Russian Tezavatanaya Bolonka has been eliminated from the competition. Next up, we have two bully breeds duking it out. We have the American Staffordshire Terrorizer versus the Boxer. So this can go either way. This one can go either way, but we'll see. Deformity. I'm gonna have to say this one because it has this like burnt face. The face looks burnt. The face looks burnt. It looks like a mixture of an old man and a worthless mutt in combined. Like it does look like an old man and worthless mutt. And again, seeing these things in person, they are more ugly. They're more hideous in person. These pictures do not do any justice. So deformity, oh no. I'm going to give it to the Boxer in terms of creepiness. I'm going to have to give it to the Staffordshire Terrorizer. Especially since this thing has like it has a rotten mouth. Look how rotten its mouth looks. The mouth looks very rotten. Probably because its saliva makes its mouth very rotten. I want to see how their puppies look, because I'm pretty sure their saliva is what causes their mouth and their facial feature look so black and burnt and rotten. So that's like a puppy of it. See, there are barely any like black marks on its face, on its mouth. There's some here, probably because again it's a puppy, it's still growing, so it's gonna have like some of its nasty saliva over its mouth. Whereas this one, wait, where am I? Sorry, my bad. What am I doing? Whereas with the older ones, like this, obviously over time its saliva is probably rotting off its mouth, which is why it's always so black and it looks disgusting. So creepiness, I'm gonna still edge it to the Boxer. Again, it just looks like a mixture of an old man and a worthless mutt. I don't know why. It just does. In terms of worthless fur, it's pretty much even. Both of them have worthless fur. But nevertheless, since the boxer has won 2 out of the 3, and it's no doubt the boxer is way more hideous than this worthless toddler mauler. Anyways, next 2. We have the American Bulldog versus this leopard wannabe. In terms of deformity, gotta give it to this dog again. Its mouth so black and looks burnt. Its mouth looks burnt. Even its nose is probably burnt from saliva, because that probably licks its nose so much, or its mouth up here so much. That's why its mouth and its nose look so burnt and rotten. Look so rotten. These things look rotten. Their mouth, their facial features look rotten. But anyways, in terms of deformity, no doubt this dog will take it. Creepiness, I gotta give it to this dog, because again, the whole color shading stuff is just, it's trying to be like a leopard, but in the end, it's worthless. In terms of worthless fur, this thing barely even has any fur. But at least this one, it's trying to have fur. So in terms of fur, worthless fur, I'll give it to this one. That being said, the American Bulldog will advance, while the so-called leopard dog will be eliminated from the competition. All right, next 2, we have this bully breed lookalike versus the Sussex Spaniel. In terms of deformity, I'm gonna give it to this one. This one just looks murked. It looks murked. You can see these things are used for hunting innocent animals, but you know damn well these things would not be able to do it on their own. They need a dumb-witted dog nutter to tell them what to do and to manipulate the playing field, I guess you can call it. But on their own, you know damn well these things would not survive long. Again, their dog nut owners will shoot down these birds or shoot down various animals, and then they're gonna praise the dog for bringing the corpse over to them, as if the dog actually did anything other than being a little slave. Deformity. In terms of deformity, I gotta give to this dog. It is, I think it's deformed. Look at this disgusting deformed face here. In terms of creepiness, I'll say this one. In terms of worthless fur, I'm edging for this one, because I'm pretty sure when this thing is wet, it cannot be productive. They may use these dogs for hunting, but what good are you when you're wet? What good are you when you can't survive in the weather? This thing has fur. You can see it has fur, but what good is it if you cannot use it to survive in various weathers? We have various animals out there that can survive in heat and cold, and they do very well in various weathers. In storms, they do well, but these things could not last in any storm, any weather, period. So I am going to edge it. You know, this thing does look creepy. This fur is also worthless, but it's this fur though. It's based on these pictures and it's based on these pictures. I gotta say that this dog will advance, and this dog has been eliminated. And I gotta say this is kind of like an upset. So, where is it's an upset. Upset. I think that's an upset. I think that does look deformed a little bit, vastly creepy. But let's look at this fur though. What good is it though? Like, what good is it? Why even have fur? So, yeah. All right, next two we have this Saluki dog versus the great. It's not even great. This worthless Pyrenees. In terms of deformity, I want to say this dog because again, it's a rotten mouth. In terms of creepiness, I'll give it to this dog. In terms of worthless fur, I got to give it to this one. So it's pretty much 2-1. This one has pretty much 3 points as well. But overall, if you look at it overall, in terms of hideousness, this one isn't that bad, but it does look a little creepy. But this one is like creepy, deformed, ugly. So that being said, the Saluki dog, you have been eliminated from the tournament. All right, next two, we have the Chinese Shar-Pei versus the Portuguese dog. The deformity, gotta give it to this dog. Very deformed. Creepiness, I'll give it to this one as well. In terms of worthless fur, even though its fur can give it health problems for its eyes, but this fur here with its sagging and wrinkly, I gotta give it to this one. This one will sweep it, so that means this Worthless Mutt has been eliminated from the competition. All right, so I was right. So I do have 3 more left. So what I'm going to do, wait, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. Yeah, so I kind of miscounted. Nevertheless, thought I had them all down right, but it's all good. It's all good. Some duplicates. All right. It's gonna be a triple threat. This is gonna be a 3-way dance. We're gonna do a 3-way dance. And then we're gonna go. Then we're gonna do elimination between all 3. Then we go 1v1. In this 3-way dance, we have the Pyrenean Massive Beep versus the Mountain Cur versus the, I'm gonna call it Bacon, versus the Bacon Mutt. Again, this is pretty much based on the Doberman Rottweiler dogs. This one looks like a bully breed, and this one is just like any Massive Beep. In terms of deformity, no doubt, this one is way more deformed than any of these other 2 dogs. In terms of creepiness, I'm gonna have to give it to this dog because again, looks like a bully breed, so this dog will edge it out. In terms of worthless fur, this thing at least has some fur, so it looks like it can do well in at least winter weather. This one barely has any fur, so it's basically worthless. This one has at least some shed of fur. But this one is vastly more creepy. In terms of deformity, this one looks like a pit bull. It's not that bad. This one isn't as bad as well. So we're going to flip. We're going to flip a coin. Yeah. All right, so whoever wins this will advance to 1v1. We'll advance. Oh wait, actually, what? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, whoever wins this between these two will advance to the second round, to the third round. I mean, sorry. Anyways, yeah. So the this massive beep will be tails. No. Wait, my bad. The mountain cur will be tails. The bacon dog will be heads. So tails for the mountain, tails for mountain, heads for bacon. First flip, gotta win 2. Tails, mountain has 1, just needs 1 more to advance. Second flip, heads, it is a tie, 1-1. The next flip will determine who's advancing to the next round. The flip is up. It is tails. That means the mountain cur will advance, and this bacon dog has been eliminated from the tournament. Sorry about that. I did have some duplicates. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So we're down to the third round. I'm going to take a little break. A 5-minute break. Get some water to rest my mouth a little bit. And we'll be back with the third round. And most definitely, there will be a Hideous dog crowned tonight. For the first time, there will be a Hideous dog crowned. Nevertheless, I will be back. Play some tunes. See you in a few minutes. Yet again, all music belongs to their owner. Listen to this music on breaking copyright. This is Fredigi Flying High Deep House. Royalty-free music. Again, this music belongs to its owner. But anyways, we're back with the third round. Third round. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, third round. Sorry. Let's count to see if I have a even amount of participants. But anyways, let's do this. Let's start this. Let's start the third round. First up, we have the Bull Terrier versus the Boxer. Again, the favorite to win this has always been the Bull Terrier, but that doesn't mean they're going to win, because remember, it's all about going 1v1 against the dog you're going up against. And a lot of things can change. Just by observing, a lot of things can change. Bull Terrier, Boxer. In terms of deformity, I'm going to say it's a tie. It's a tie, because this thing just looks deformed, also creeps me out. This thing is deformed and also creeps me out as well. In terms of worthless fur, this thing doesn't even have any. Well, this one as well barely has any either. That being said, since this one is so close, it is so close, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is so close. This one is deformed and just creepy looking. Well, it looks like a old man and a dog combined into one. Well, this one looks like its face looks like a sock. Like a sock is filled with something, and its eyes are just weirdly placed. Like, how does it see well? I don't know. There's a creepiness because of the movie Toy Story. This dog has always creeped me out because of that movie, because it was always attacking the toys, trying to hurt people, hurt the toys. And in that movie, the dog just looked very dangerous. But these things are like ADHD dogs, are always moving around too much. Their head's always twitching, looking left, right, all over the place. We're going to have to flip for it, ladies and gentlemen. It is come down to it. It has come down to this, and it is so close. It is so close. We're going to go tails is going to be the Bull Terrier. Heads is the Boxer, or Bull Terrorizer, sorry. And heads is going to be the Boxer. Got to win 2 to advance. This one is so close, man. It is so close. So first flip, it is tails. Bull Terrier has the first win. It must get one more flip to advance. Second flip, we flip 2 in a row from the flip. That means the Boxer with an old man face has been eliminated from the tournament. So close, but not good enough. I mean, so close, but not hideous enough. Next up, we have the American Bulldog versus the Sussex Spaniel. In terms of deformity, I'm gonna say it is going to be. This thing looks creepy though. In terms of deformity, this one. In terms of creepiness, I'll say this picture, because this thing is just creeping me out. Imagine waking up with this thing staring at you like this. You'd have to be creeped out. But a lot of these dog nuts, they have to live in denial. They have to lie. They have to, create things that are not there just to justify these worthless mutt. But this thing looks creepy, so I'll give the point to the Sussex. In terms of worthless fur, this thing doesn't even have any fur. What good are you with no fur? That means you ain't surviving in no wildlife, in no nature. Because you got to go through woods and sticks and trees, branches, rocks and stones, all that. You got to think of every other type of terrain there is. This thing falls, this thing's going to be scraping its worthless body and bleeding all over the face because it has like no fur, no protection. But at least this thing has some fur, some protection. Well, I'm not saying it's useful. In terms of worthless fur, it doesn't even have any. Well, this thing does, but does have fur, but I think I might flip it because this thing is deformed, but this thing is more creepy looking. In terms of worthless fur, it's in that middle. So that means, ladies and gentlemen, for the second time in a row, we're gonna flip. We're gonna flip again. This is what happens in this tournament, man. These hideous dogs, they just want to win that title. They want to win that cup. They want to be the most hideous dog of them all. So they're gonna do whatever it takes to become the most hideous dog. And sometimes it just takes that flip. Just takes that one flip. But anyways, American Bulldog will be tails. Heads will be the Sussex Spaniel. First flip. Head, Sussex Spaniel has has draw blood first. Potentially the final flip. American Bulldog gets tails. This is it. Winner will advance to the final four. Flipping. And it is the American Bulldog will be advancing while this Sussex creepy looking dog has been eliminated from contention. Down to this now. We have the worthless Pyrenees, the worthless Pyrenees versus the Chinese Shar-Pei or P. Deformity, gotta give it to this dog. Very deformed. Creepiness, I'm gonna give it to this one because this one reminds me of a golden retriever and it looks very similar. Plus, it has a rotten mouth. Its mouth is vastly rotten. Not the best picture, but you can see his mouth is rottening. So I'll give the creepy point for this one. In terms of worthless fur, at least this thing has some fur. It doesn't look dumb like this. Like it's wrinkly. It's like it's not sure if this thing is trying to come off or go back on. We're not sure if the thing is growing out of it or growing into it. So in terms of worthless fur, I gotta give it to this one. That means this worthless Pyrenees has been eliminated from the tournament. Alright. Down to this. We have the Mountain Cur versus the Pyrenean Massive Beep. In terms of deformity, I gotta give it to this one. Creepiness. I'm gonna give it to this one as well. In terms of worthless fur, at least this thing has fur. It could probably keep itself warm. This thing doesn't really have any fur, so again, it's basically worthless. This person won the deformity point, but it has fur that looks like might be warm enough. But this thing has no fur, so sad to say, but this, one of the little bit of a fan favorite to take it has been eliminated from the competition. It's a toss-up there. It's a toss-up. The Mountain Cur has edged it, and people were, and I guess probably wondering, like, how did the Mountain Cur? How is the Mountain Cur more hideous than this one? But first off, it's you gotta factor a lot of other things as well. Obviously, this face is way more uglier than, more hideous than this one. In terms of creepiness, I gotta say this one because again, it reminds me of a bully breed. So I'm looking at this, looks like a bully breed, and it just makes me think of, of blood, a lot of killing, a lot of bloodshed. So that's a factor. In terms of worthless fur, again, this thing looks like it can last a little bit long in winter, but this thing doesn't. So unfortunately, the mountain cur edges it just by the fur. So the Pyrenean is the Pyrenean massive beep has been eliminated. We are now down to the final 4. Not good. No, it's not good. Down to the final 4. Nah, I don't like this one either. Down to the final 4. Well, technically it's the final 5, but in this division it is the final 4. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The final 4 of Division 2. We have the Bull Terrorizer going up against the American Bulldog. In terms of deformity, 1v1 against this dog versus this dog. Which one do I think looks the most deformed out of these two? I'm going to say American Bulldog. In terms of creepiness, who do I think looks more creepy? I got to give the point to the Bull Terrorizer, because this thing just creeps me out the most. This dog probably scares me the most out of any dog. Even bully breed, this thing is just vastly scary and creepy. Now, it comes down to worthless fur. And both of them look like they have similar worthless fur. So I'll give the point for both. So that means it is a tie. That means we have to flip for it. Fan favorite Bull Terrorizer versus American Bulldog. It's hard to decide. It's so even. It is so vastly even. I could consider, hey, the Bull Terrier has been terrorizing my whole life since I was a child. But when you look at the American Bulldog, this thing is very murked. It's very ugly. It's a very ugly dog. It is an ugly dog. Look at it. It is ugly. Its face looks filthy. It looks filthy. Filthy looking dog. But unfortunately, comes down to possibly just one flip to see who will be advancing to the finals of Division 2. First flip, Bull Terrier will be tails. American Bulldog will be heads. First flip, gotta win 2. First flip, heads. American Bulldog is taking the lead. Just need one more flip, and then the American Bulldog could knock off the Bull Terrorizer, the fan favorite in this whole tournament since the beginning. Potentially the final flip. Flipping. Oh, it is now tie game, 1 apiece. This will be the final flip to decide who's more hideous, the American Bulldog or the Bull Terrorizer. So one more look. This is the Bull Terrorizer. I think this is more creepier, but this one is way more deformed. I can consider, hey, this is a bully breed. They're known to attack people, so they could be more creepier. But this Bull Terrorizer has been terrorizing me since I seen Toy Story 1. Once I seen that dog in that movie, that dog has always freaked me out. Is probably why I see this dog as the most creepy, probably the most hideous. But again, going 1v1, this dog is vastly way more hideous than the Bull Terrorizer. Again, fur is very similar. They both have worthless fur. So now it comes down to this one flip, but wait. Comes down to one flip. Ready? Flipping again. Tails is Bull Terrorizer, heads is Bulldog. Flipping, and who's going to advance? The Bull Terrier has the Bull Terrorizer has advanced to the finals of Division 2. It came down to one flip, and the American Bulldog has been eliminated from the tournament. Now, the other semifinals. So far, looking like the Chinese short pair has plowed through the competition so far. But now it's going up against the Mountain Cur. Deformity, I'm going to give it to this dog. In terms of creepiness, considering this looks like a bully breed, I'm going to edge and give the point to creepiness to this one. So anyone would mistaken this for a bully breed or a pit bull. In terms of worthless fur, oh boy, it comes down to this. This one, its fur has no fur, so it's worthless. But this one, its fur is ridiculous. It's so wrinkly. But if you consider which one would last longer in winter, this thing doesn't have any fur. But this one at least has, some thickness at least. It's surviving like winter. That being said, this is so confusing though. It's so weird. In deformity, it is this dog is the most deformed. We can say it does have some bully breed characteristics, like how hideous this thing is. Look at it, man. Like what? Does have some bully breed characteristics. This one looks like a bully breed as well. Worthless fur. I'll say more creepy looking. I'm sorry. It's like I want to advance the Mountain Cur to the semifinals of Division 2. I want to, in a way, but this thing is just vastly way more deformed, and its skin is just the worst. That being said, I am going to have to eliminate the Mountain Cur. And now we've come down to really 3. But the final 2 of Division 2. Final 2 of Division 2. I would say the Chinese Sherpei had it a lot easier. Bull Terrier won by a flip, maybe 2 flips, I think. But in other rounds, but nevertheless, it is the finals of Division 2. We have the Bull Terrier going against the Chinese Sherpei. Deformity. I'm gonna no, I'm gonna keep that up for a second. I'm gonna keep that up just for a second. Actually, I'll keep it up. In terms of deformity, I want to say tie. I want to say a tie. Because this face looks like, what is this? Like what, looks like it has like the mumps or something. Like looks like it has like like mumps. Is that something, or it's like a numb face or something? But this one again, Bull Terrorizer does look like a weird deformed dog as well. I'm gonna say it's a tie. As far as the deformity, it's a tie. Creepiness, I'm gonna say it's the Bull Terrorizer. In terms of worthless fur, I gotta give it to this one. So, that being said, yet again, it's really hard to choose. It's really hard to choose. Because this one just looks so. Look at this. Like what is this? Like what is this? I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know what this is. Oh, this loose skin. Look at this too. Oh, look at this. That's nasty. Look how nasty that is. Look how nasty that is. But again, deformity. This one, creepiness, has to go to this one. Worthless fur, it's pretty even. This one doesn't have any fur, so it's pretty worthless. This one has some weird ass fur. I gotta give my decision. I'm going to I'm not gonna flip it. I'm going to do the heartbeat again, and after that I will decide who I'm gonna take. It has been decided. The winner of Division 2, they'll be advancing to the finals, is none other than the Chinese Sherpei Bull Terrorizer. As hideous as you are, you had a good fight, but it just came down. It really came down to the fur and the skin. And I'm like, it's too excessive here. So that's what it had come down to. No doubt this thing is deformed and creepy, but this thing's also deformed and creepy. But it's the skin, it's the fur. This is probably way more worthless. When it's wrinkly like this, it probably can't even run. So again, I'm not sure if it's supposed to grow into this or not. Because some of them still look wrinkly when they're older or bigger. Maybe not too much. I guess it depends on the dog, but I'm going to advance to Chinese Sharpei to the finals. We are in the finals, ladies and gentlemen. Please, let's give a big round of applause to our 64 contestants and to our finals. They all worked their asses off to be the most hideous, the most creepy looking. Their furs are just worthless, and it's really not the dog's fault, I guess you can say. It's really whoever's making these things fault, because they made them very deformed. Because the dogs can't choose what they are. Dogs cannot choose how hideous they are. The dogs cannot choose how creepy they are. It is people that are really creating these creepy, hideous dogs. But nevertheless, it is the world's most hideous dog tournament. We are now in the finals between the Napoleon Mastiff Beep and the Chinese Sherpei, and again, they look very similar. When I first started, I didn't have either of these in the finals. I really had the Bull Terrier, which came close. For second, I really had no idea who would be that second one in that final, but nevertheless, we're down to Napoleon Mastiff and the Chinese Sherpei. We're going to take a little break. And then we'll be right back again with the finals. It's not a... Just come down to this, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dog nutters, dog haters, you ready. We're here. We are here. The finals. This is the finals of. Oh, where'd my thing go? Of the world's most hideous dog tournament 2024. This is the first ever that I know of, at least, tournament where we have our brackets, our final fours, our finals, our division, competing dog versus dog as the most hideous, the first ever in the history of the entire world. I'm your host, Gore the Dog Butcher. It's been a pleasure to be your host. Big pleasure to do this. It's very fun. Before we get into that, I do this because I really hate dogs. If I can do anything to humiliate them, laugh at them, mock them, I am going to do it because I really hate dogs. I really do hate them. I've hated them since I was a child. I hate them now for what they have done to me and what they have done for others and what they can do to me and can do to others. There's no doubt we've seen a lot of ugly dogs, and they are ugly. They're hideous. Be honest, they are hideous. And I'm pretty sure not all natural animals are beautiful. I may say natural animals are beautiful, but I'm pretty sure there's a few or a couple out there that just don't look too well. And one of them that I would say is probably the most little not too good on the eyes is the elephant. I think the elephant seal. I think they can be. They just look. It's like you have the regular looking seals that look so cute, little cutie little seals, and then you have this thing. And plus, when these things fight, man, they look when these things fight, man. They're willing to pretty much kill others around them to fight for a mate. They'll even step on their own young to fight. And this is what they do. This is what they do. But at least these animals are actually fighting for something, whereas dogs themselves, they're not fighting for anything whatsoever. Especially with all the hype. They're fed, they're given shelters, they're given everything. But yet, what do they have to fight for? Nothing. Maybe they do, but really, come on, we've given them everything. We say that they're man's best friend. We say that they're perfect and they're lovable and all this, but we just don't see it. We don't see it. When we look at nature and the real nature, the jungle, we can say the nature is cruel. And it is cruel. Watching lions kill cubs, lions gang up on other prey, it is cruel. No doubt it is still cruel. But I respect it in a way. I just don't respect dogs, but because of the hype. It's really the hype behind dogs. Imagine if there was no hype. No one really owning dogs. No one cares about dogs. It would not be where we would not be where we are today. I probably would not hate dogs as much as we do now. I would probably see them just as any other animal, maybe. People ignoring them, people killing them because they're annoying. Maybe I'll just say, hey, they're just like any other animal. But unfortunately, the hype behind it, the dog culture, the attacks, the diseases, all that contributes to my hatred for these things. And I hate dogs. I really do hate them. I'll ridicule them. I'll make fun of them as long as I want to, as long as I can. I will do it. I just hate them. I will show videos, depending if YouTube or whatever allows me to, of dogs getting eaten, getting attacked, getting killed, I will show them, and I have shown them. I've shown dogs getting cooked. I've shown dog meat because I really don't care for dogs. I hate them. And plus the name Gore the Dog Butcher. Like, why call myself that if I'm not at least doing something that's a bit, out of bounds? So I gotta do these things to live up to the name. So I can't just call myself Gore the Dog Butcher when I'm just being a normie. But anyways, it has come down to this: the finals. The finals. Who will be the hideous dog? Who will be the most hideous dog of 2024? You can even say the whole time. And if I do decide to do this again, maybe next year, the champion, whoever wins, they cannot defend their title. They're not allowed to defend their title until a year after. So they would have to wait a year in order to defend their title. So that means there would always going to be a new contender. Because obviously, if I seen these dogs, if I have them winning and I put them in another bracket, another tournament, obviously I'm gonna say, hey, this dog is this, this dog is this. I'm just gonna wipe. They're just gonna bulldoze through the tournament. But anyways, enough of that. It comes down to this: the Napoleon Mastiff Beep versus the Chinese Shar Pei. In terms of deformity, who would I pick for deformity? And I'm going to do no flips for this. I am going to single-handedly pick a hideous dog. No flips for this. There's deformity. It's somewhat even. I think the Napoleon Mastiff Beep edges it out just because of if you can see it, this picture here and the saliva that edges it being the most deformed. In terms of being the most creepy out of the two. I will have to give it to because I see this picture right here. Again, you just imagine yourself waking up to this thing looking at you like this. Not saying this thing is any better. This thing just looks like a doofus. It looks like a doofus. Like, not sure if you can see this one, but it looks like a doofus. It looks dumb. It looks really dumb. No doubt deformity is this one, because I'm not getting this mouth thing. I'm not getting why its mouth and skin is hanging like this. Why does it look like this? Like, why? No natural animal looks like this. Like, what is the concept of this? Like, what is it supposed to do? Is it for survival? Is it a defense mechanism? Is it to attract mates? Yeah, in terms of creepiness, I'm gonna have to give it to the Napoleon Mastiff Beep. No doubt, it's pretty close in terms of worthless fur. Because, I mean, there's some that look really bad. They look similar to this, but look, their skin is just dragging behind. It's like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's dragging behind. But this as well. Some of them are very wrinkly. This one is very wrinkly. See, so even when they're older, they get this as well. I don't need to show that. No one wants to see its behind like that. Maybe dog nutters do. They probably get off to that, but I don't. So it comes down to this. I'm going to play a sound effect, and after that sound effect, I will decide Who wins? It looked like it's Napoleon. The Napoleon Massive Beep. I'll play it twice and then I'll decide on a winner. One more time. Wait, actually, yeah, a lot better, a lot better. After this, I'm going to decide a winner. One more time. This is it, guys. This is it. I gotta get this down right. Both are hideous, no doubt. Both look deformed. In the end, it's like this is about deformity. It's about deformity. But it seems like their worthless fur. Worthless fur is a factor more than their facial deformity, creepiness. The Chinese short hair looks like a doofus, while the Napoleon Massive Beep just is not pleasant to look at. Trying to find the one with the bow. It has it with the bow. I can't find it. There's one where this thing had the worthless bow on, and made the thing look more of a doofus. This is not it, but here it is. See, this thing looks like a doofus. Looks like a doofus. One more time. This is it. I know I keep saying one more time, but I gotta make sure I choose the right champion, the right hideous champion. This is it, ladies. After this, I am going to choose who's winning this. Hideous, the world's most hideous worthless mutt. Who was walking away with the trophy, with the cup, with the title? Who was the champion hideous? Who is Mr. or Mrs. Hideous? And I've decided. In the world's most hideous dog tournament 2024, the most hideous dog, after being able to withstand over 63 other participants, the world's most hideous dog is gonna go to the Napoleon Mastiff Beep. So let's give a good round of applause for that. We can go louder than that. Yes, your champion, your champion, the Napoleon Massive Beep, which is really called the Napoleon Mastiff, but I call it Napoleon Massive Beep because I like to ridicule and make fun of these worthless mutts because their lives don't matter whatsoever, which is why they are called worthless mutts. So once again, give it up, give it up, give it up one more time as loud as you can for the Napoleon Mastiff for being the world's most hideous dog. Yay! So that brings us to the end of this fun little tournament. What am I doing? Brings us to the end, and the champion is the Napoleon Massive Beep. He is now, or he or it, you could call them it, is the world's most hideous dog, or the world's most hideous worthless mutt. Woo! Fun little tournament. And I'm pretty sure the Napoleon Mastiff is going to be celebrating with its hideousness, doing whatever it does. But anyways, that is that. We're now going to leave this behind us and look forward to maybe next year. I don't know if I'll do it, but we'll see what happens. Future of the Worthless Mutts right now is no doubt I'm going to be doing a Canada Day episode. Probably going to be live streaming that. No doubt I'll be live streaming. If not, I still will be making a video for Canada Day. This will be Dog Nuttery episode 18. Dog Nuttery in Canada episode 18. Then after that, I will probably be taking a little break because I have a lot of things to do, a lot of things to compete with. I'm going to be busy in September. So from, I guess you can say July till maybe November, I probably might just do little videos like I always do, things I see, just take out my phone, just make a video about that. But in terms of like any lengthy videos, I'll probably be taking another break for a while because again, I got a lot of other things to compete with. But nevertheless, thank you for joining this tournament. Thank you for joining me in this stream and this video. But anyways, I am Gore the Dog Butcher with another Worthless Mutts. And please remember, it's okay to hate dogs.